What if I told you an artist's painting is equivalent to a business card, or that many Renaissance artists use dirt in their paintings? Well, it's true. Uh, have you ever heard of Michelangelo, or Leonardo da Vinci, or Donatello, or Raphael? Of course you have. Have you ever heard of Jan van Eyck? I bet you haven't. Well, Jan van Eyck is a painter that we're going to be speaking about today. So, my name is Kevin Marshall. I am an art history major at Mesa Community College, and I've been studying Renaissance art, and specifically I've done a lot of research on Jan van Eyck's art. In the High Renaissance, many artists were looking for rebirth. Jan van Eyck's painting, A Man in a Red Turban, explores this idea, and the use of red ochre actually helped him and many other artists achieve their goals. I will be dissecting this painting that will hopefully teach you something interesting about the Renaissance, Jan van Eyck and red ochre. So Jan van Eyck is an early Renaissance painter. He's known for his brush strokes, his intense tenebrism, and other very Renaissance ideals in the artist's world. The Renaissance actually took place between the 14th and 17th century. Renaissance actually means rebirth. And many famous artists such as Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, Donatello, Raphael, and Jan van Eyck came from this time period. A lot of new inventions were created, schools of thought. In art history, you're going to look at more tenebrism, which is an extreme light to dark value, usually referencing God or God's touch. You're going to see chiaroscuro, which is light and dark contrast, but not quite as much as a tenebrism, and more realism actually as Leonardo begins his study of the human body. Jan van Eyck, he not only created this painting, but he also is showing off quite a bit in this painting, and many art historians believe that he is using this as a calling card as he's showing off. You're going to see an inscription at the top and the bottom. At the top, and this inscription is actually in Greek, so we're going to see as I can, but in Greek, if you were to pronounce it, the I would be Ike, which sounds a lot like Jan van Eyck's name, as Ike can. So that's one reference to Ike being a little show-offy, showboaty about his abilities. The phrase "as I can" actually came from a longer phrase known that was "as I can, not as I would," which was actually a very humble saying. However, Jan van Eyck threw out the last part and decided to tell his audience "as I can." From smarthistory.org, you're going to see a lot of references to this being a calling card. One of the main reasons will be at the very bottom. We're going to see that he dated it, and it literally means Jan van Eyck made me in 1433 on October 21st. Now, in this time period, not many artists dated their work, but Jan van Eyck found a value in that. And we all believe that this is his calling card or business card to attain more commissions. You're going to see a red ochre used in this painting, and if we don't know much about red ochre, during this time period it was rare, expensive, and dramatic. Well, not really rare, because red ochre has been around since prehistory, but during this time period it was not easily attained due to trade deals. So through the organization Pigments Through the Ages, you're going to see they're going to tell us about red ochre, how it got its color, and it's actually got its color from a red iron oxide and earth deposits, red iron oxide in earth deposits. So you're going to find red ochre, you're going to find yellow ochre, you're going to find black ochre, all through the chemical makeup. And artists use all these types. Van Eyck used red ochre in such large amounts in this to show off his ability to not only not care about the color, but show his audience, like, I'm so good at this, I'll use this really expensive material and show you, like, I can use it very well. I'm not going to waste any of it. So let's review. In the early ages through the High Renaissance was time to create, a time of new ideas, new schools of thought. Jan van Eyck's man in the red turban showed off his abilities, and red ochre was a very vital part in creating much of this. So we've only touched on the surface of High Renaissance, early Renaissance ages, and the mediums used, but I hope that after watching this video you can confidently talk to your friends about Jan van Eyck.